And now you're ready for the bell and start the action and get the first round
Okay,
over.
I gave both fighters their instructions in the dressing room. I'm just cautioning you now. Obey my command at all times. Shake hands. Good luck to both of you.
Richard Steele from Las Vegas. He's in charge of the slots at a casino here. Scheduled for 12 rounds, remember. Some experts think that Hagler really should have taken the 15 rounds course. But it is undisputed, and although the World Boxing Association does now have a 15 rounds course, they've accepted this for their championship as well as the WBC. And the really fixing eye coming there from Tommy Hearns. And you really can't afford to blink here, certainly if you're paying 550 pounds. Oh, so Hagler dives straight in there, Hagler. Where one tries to impose the will on the other. The first bang, walking into a minefield. Oh, what a start. Not playing around with any scouting reports, these two. And it looks as though Hearns landed a right-hand punch there that caught Hagler a little off balance and off guard. Oh, how can this go 12 rounds? This is unloading a lot of carefully nurtured hate, isn't it? It's a question of who takes the best punch. What an incredible start this is. The referee finally having to get in there because they started shoving close in. It's going to be rough. Well, they're not trying to baffle each other with science. We thought it might be a chess match a bit in the opening round. Couldn't have been more wrong than that. Don Curry, there's no way I could see a start like this.
I think this is the kind of fight Hagler wants. And if the fight continues this way, I don't look the fight to go 12 rounds. This is the kind of fight Marvin wants to be in. Good strategy by Marvin.
He wants to draw the big fellow, the long fellow, into a fight. But doing so, he's risking his chin, Hagler. He must figure he's durable enough. 9 years since anybody licked him. And he was only on the deck once, was rolled down, but that was definitely a slip for me anyway. Oh, I've never seen so many punches in a middleweight championship. This in the opening round. Well, Hearns has landed his best shots with that hitman right hand, and it hasn't stopped Hagler in his tracks. It looks as though he's marked around the left eye, Hagler. Don?
Yeah, I think Hagler, that's exactly what Hagler wants him on the rope. Hagler's cut real bad over the eyes, and blood gets in his eyes, but that's exactly where Hagler needs to be, right? Keep Tommy right on those ropes and pound that body.
He's got Hearns pinned in his own corner, and he certainly is bleeding there, Hagler. Heads are banging in. Countdown for the first round, and maybe they'll calm down a bit. As Don Curry said, Hagler really climbing right on top of Hearns. What a battle. It's the best opening round I've seen in a championship at any weight, I think. Absolute mayhem. Well, we'll be glad to hear the round finish to get our breath back, and I'm sure these two were, and the stare at the end there was unreal. Well, I hope that Hagler's not too badly cut, Don. Have you seen a first round like that ever?
I've never seen a first round like that. I think Hagler won that first round. I have to give that first round to Hagler because he came out the aggressor, and that was the right strategy fight. He's testing Tommy's heart.
As you say, it's going to be a battle of courage, and he's saying, okay, let's get it on. And I'm just wondering, I hope that cut isn't too bad there. Goody Petronelli, who spent 20 years in the Navy and was in the surgical unit, he knows a bit about this. Let's have a look at some replay there. Even in slow motion, these fellas are really laying in there. They may not be classy punches, but they're hurting. And again there from another angle. What a war. It's already lived up to expectation. In fact, it's past it for me. Round two. Hearns not used to the southpaw style, remember. The right-hand forward, he's only fought one, the Thailander Meng Sigrin. And that might be against him, but it doesn't matter what style Hagler has when he's walking in throwing punches like that. If he just slows down a second, it'll suit Hearns, Don. He can pot shot a little bit.
Yeah, I think the pace will start slowing down here in the last couple of rounds. Hagler's doing the right thing by keeping pressure on him and make Tommy work, because Tommy doesn't have good stamina later on in the round, in the fight. I think if I was in there fighting Hearns, I would fight him the same way. And if I was Hearns, I would look to box more, not to look to try to knock him out with one punch.
He just tripped over himself there. That's the southpaw stance did that. He wasn't hurt there, Hearns. Trying to use the ring now, get around a bit. It's the only way he can do it. He's got height and reach advantage. But Hagler's nullifying that completely by standing on top of him. And he's switching stance, Don.
Yeah, he is. I think he's making Hearns extend a lot of energy, and that's good, because Hearns are tired in about the next 2 or 3 rounds real bad.
Well, I tell you, in both cases, this looks like they've got to bite the bullet here, isn't it? It's going to be a hard one. Yes, that's the tactics all right by Hagler, to make Hearns work the whole time, to really play on his stamina. Well, there's no way they can keep this up for 12.
I don't think so. I think it's going to come down to the will of who's in a better condition.
And maybe old-fashioned guts right at the finish. That's what it could be.
Well, that's the fight Hagler wanted to make out of it, and Tommy's falling right into his plan. One thing you have to say about Hearns, he has took Marvin's best punch. And that can answer most of the questions that can Hearns take a punch.
Bleeding heavily again, Hagler. He won't want to be in there too long for cuts to worsen, obviously. Even though Hearns was holding there, Hagler was still managing to throw punches back. And Hearns looks at Ace floundering. What condition these fellows must be in to absorb these punches, and mostly Hearns having to take them.
I think Hearns has to get off the ropes. If he gets off the ropes, he will get stopped.
But coming right at the end of the round, it'll do Hearns a favor. And again, the stare coming from Hearns there. He's not bothered at all, it would seem, though, Don. I mean, he was really under fire there, and yet the way he looked at Hagler was, it's okay, if that's the way you want it, let's go.
Yeah, I think so. I think Hearns has got off his game plan. He needs to stay back and box more, because Marvin is making him extend a lot of energy.
You got to put a band.
And you can hear there Emmanuel Stewart absolutely pleading with Hearns, boxing, stay in there. Well, I don't know about that. I couldn't count those. It must be an expert who can do that with a computer. They are treating Hagler's cuts around the eye there. Goody Petronetti's got a night's work there. They use the adrenaline, 1 in 1,000, which is the only thing they're allowed to use. All those coagulates are checked by the inspectors.
Right?
So into the third. And the hitman has been hit a few times, and he's also hit back. And Hagler really has fired himself up for this fight. He always knew he was mean, moody, and a bit magnificent at times, and he's proving it here. And he's making life even more awkward for Hearns by switching stance. But Hearns trying to obey Emmanuel Stewart's orders now to get boxing done.
I think he's been smart now by boxing and moving.
Funny, he keeps falling over Hagler's feet, doesn't he?
Well, Reggie, I think as a left-hander, it's very difficult to fight a left-hander. I think Tommy needs to grab and hold him, just like he's doing now, to stay off the ropes.
He's also tripping over a few right hooks, by the way. Hello, what's happened here? He's taking time off for the doctor to look at Hagler. Oh, don't say this is going to stop in the third. He said, let him go there. Dr. Romeo said it's not interfering with his side. It looks as though it's on the forehead, Don, is it?
It is, but the blood can flow in your eye, and blind you.
That'll only make Hagler even more angry, because he probably figures by now that he can't go 12 because of the injury. Although we're almost on the ring apron, Donald Curry and I, it is hard to see the full extent of it, but the doctor looks quite right. Oh, that's how he went with Ray Leonard when he caught him, Hearns. His feet unbuckled, and when Hagler moved in, the knockdown timekeeper in front of me, it looks like a formality in the third round. Punches to the body there. Hagler made up his mind, he's got to go all out. And Richard still saying, no, you're not in a position to defend yourself. 3 rounds of absolute mayhem. And it's quite obvious, really, that Hagler was easily the better puncher, and Hearns just could not absorb those punches, Don.
I think Hagler went in with the right game plan to make a fight out of it, and that's exactly what he did. I think if Hearns would have laid out and tried to box and weather the first 3 or 4 rounds, I think he would have been in the fight.
Before the fight, you and I both favored Hagler because we figured that he would, use his exceptional strength, and this willpower that he's got is phenomenal.
I think Hagler came out in the right fashion. I think Hearns, he's that type of fighter where he goes out and he starts very fast in the first round, and he's not a very patient fighter. I've been saying it all week. If Hearns be patient, he can win this fight, but he's not a very patient fighter.
He got drawn into it. He had no options, really.
Well, he could have stayed there and lost the first couple of rounds, but he fought the wrong type of fight.
You usually talk about winners in these situations, Don, but obviously as a light middleweight, let's have a look at this replay, of course, while I'm asking you that question. Right over the top, and it's amazing, really. It was a long punch, and he could not control his legs. He was like a kid in a playpen there.
Yeah, Tommy has a big upper body, but he has no muscles on his leg, and Marvin caught him with the right hook, and that was the damage.
And he really looks as though he's concussed. What a picture. And from the overhead camera, the Rocky shot, I call it, there it is. A long punch, and you'd have thought it was right at the end of it, and they're almost like a giraffe, a baby giraffe trying to go for his first walk. And there's no way he's going to get away from this, because you can run, but you can't hide in this game. And his body just completely collapsed.
I think so. Like I said, Tommy came out with the wrong fight. I told him if he'd be patient, and whether lose the first 2 or 3 rounds, don't get into a dogfight, and that's what he did. Got into a dogfight with Marvin, and he lost.
There's the punch that mattered, the one that came over again, and it really is an incredible scene there, the way Hearns is at least trying to get away from him, but he knows probably at that point he's got no chance. And although he weighed a half a pound heavier than Hagler, he was still in many ways the smaller man. Capacity